Israel's new sanctions against the Palestinians' economy is a tough challenge for peace diplomacy and ensures hardships for ordinary people living in Gaza and the West Bank. It came in retaliation for their leaders signing international conventions. Israel viewed that as a gambit for statehood outside the framework of US-backed negotiations. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said unilateral steps by them will be answered with unilateral steps by us. We're willing to continue negotiations, but not at any price. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas put his pen to UN human rights conventions last week after accusing Israel of violating a commitment to release prisoners in March. Palestinians demonstrated. Israel put a pledge to free around 24 on hold for another month. The Arab League supported Abbas, although the latest tit-for-tat measures further disrupted talks aiming at creating a Palestinian state. They had already stalled over Israel's settlements in the occupied West Bank and East Jerusalem and the Palestinians' refusal to formally recognize Israel. A senior Palestinian official said the sanctions were a weapon of collective punishment and a denial of basic people's rights. Israel collects revenues on goods bound for the Palestinian market on behalf of its authorities. It's now withholding the tax transfers. These transfers come to around 80 million euros per month, providing 2/3 of the Palestinians' budget. In the West Bank alone, Israeli restrictions cost the Palestinian economy around 2.5 billion euros per year, or just over 1/3 of its GDP. The Palestinians are also dependent on Israel for jobs, with 1/4 to 1/3 of them unemployed. 10% of those with work count on Israel for it. Farmers with land on the other side of Israel's security wall apply for access to it. Around half those requests were granted in 2011, but only a fifth in 2012. 4 out of 5 Gazans subsist on international aid. Frequent closure of the Gaza-Egypt crossing point also hurts the Palestinians' economy. The Rafah Gate recently reopened for 3 days after 49 days have been kept closed over worsening relations between Gaza's Hamas rulers and Egypt's military-backed government. Since the Muslim Brotherhood was removed from power in Cairo, dozens of smuggling tunnels between Egypt and Gaza have been closed, severely impairing economic activity and pushing prices up.